Good evening and welcome to Real Talk with Tamara. As you guys come into the room, please hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. I hope that you guys are doing okay this evening, on this wonderful, wonderful evening. Um, as I am, I've been out today. Now I'm back in, and I got in and I logged on to Instagram. As soon as I logged on to Instagram, I saw Kenny Money, because I follow him. That's one of Young Dolph's artists. Okay. Soon as I logged in, it dropped into my live. Okay. My live feed, I guess that's what it's called on Instagram. And he was holding, Little Migos' chain. Of course, we know that Little Migos' chain got snatched, right? So I want to go on and show y'all the post. Let me head on over to Instagram. Here it is right here. That's Kenny Money. And the other young men. Um, I guess that's Migos chain. I wish I could make it bigger, but I can't. I guess those are the other young men. We don't know who they are because we can't tell. But Kenny Money said, Kenny Money said, F it, let him buy it back. He ain't no gangster. He just follow. I'm on my stop the violence shit today, but might not be tomorrow. You welcome, pussy. Okay. And Brick Wolfpack said, never getting it back. We're gonna drop it off to Young Dolph and many more. Stay tuned. Okay. Y'all, it's a war. I told y'all that there was a war going on in Memphis, right? I told y'all that there was a war going on, and I want to, let's see, head on over to, I want to see if CEO Jizzle, I think this is his, CEO Jizzle. Is this him? I think Jizzle and Dolph, cheapest bags in the city. If yours 900, I'm charging 850. I think Jizzle and Dolph were very, very close. Um, he said, I ain't know you was hidden like this. I'm about to pull off with it. You got 30 minutes. By the time you see this, you're gonna see me. Um, let me read the Instagram post, okay, and then I'm gonna get into the commentating. Okay, that's CEO Jizzle. Okay, so that's Kenny. Okay, so he reposted Kenny Money's. But let me go back to CEO Jizzle. Okay. CEO Jizzle. It's funny, I was just on his page. Now I can't get back to it. CEO Jizzle. 1818, right. Okay, here it is. Y'all know I don't be on Instagram like that. Okay, and as y'all can see, we're looking at CEO Jizzle. Here it is right here. He's got his necklace on, he's got his watch, he's got his ring. And he's wearing it right here. Now we don't know how he got it, okay? We don't know. We don't know if he might have voluntarily gave it to him. I don't know. I don't like to speculate on that. All I know is he got it, okay? Now what I do know about CEO Jizzle is that I remember Jay Fizzle right after Young Dolph. I mean, right, probably a few months after Young Dolph was killed. A young man thought that Young Dolph was referring to him in one of his songs. he said something about, I thought he was saying Fizzle can get anything from me. He was there from the beginning. It's one of those songs. Is it 100 shots or, but Jay Fizzle corrected him. He said no. He said he said Jizzle. He said he didn't say Fizzle. He said Jizzle can get anything from him. He was there with him from the beginning. And so I'm assuming that this is because they say that CEO Jizzle and Dolph are cousins. I know that they said they were very, very close. Okay. So I think this is the young man. And I think when this happened, I think Jizzle may have been in and out of jail. Okay. And as I said before, there's a war going on in Memphis because more and more stuff is starting to come out. Since the situation happened with Grove Hero, I think, I could see that Grove Hero's energy is different. He had a moment in the airport, and I think he's moved on from that, right? I could tell, that he's riding for Dolph still, but I think he had that moment, and that was a moment between two men. There were no weapons, nobody lost their life. Whatever happened, that happened, and Grove Hero has moved on. But it's unfortunate because so many of these other young men are angry, and it's simply because we're reaching the tip of everything. As it starts to build up, as it starts to go up, as more starts to come out as it relates to young Dolph, and people are in their feelings, and they're talking, and they're talking to other people, because these folks, some of these people were crossing each other out. And with them crossing each other out, they're opening their mouths and talking. And so these little dudes that Dolph put on, that Dolph was out there helping, now they had a feeling that it was rumors of where a lot of this stuff came from. Now there's absolutely no doubt in their minds, okay, of where it came from. They know. And so, I think it's unfortunate because it's like it is a war in the streets. And as I say before, when these men send these hits and things of that nature, the young dudes that are left in the street bear the brunt of all of this. And believe it or not, it's going to get worse as more start to come out. Okay? As more start to come out. And as I was saying about young people, sometimes, I know that they're hurt about young Dolph and things of that nature. They are a different breed. When they are emotionally hurt, we saw how the other young man was. I can't think of his name the other day when he was saying, I want to body something. I want to put something under. The one that was just arrested for murder, that was hurt and anger coming up. And he kind of embodies the like what all of these other young men in his age bracket represents, right? Right? He kind of shows us like how the energy of how they all are. Okay. So we know that Kenny Money was riding for Dolph, and there was a lot of stuff. Kenny Money went through quite a bit of stuff. There were rumors that we know that Kenny Money at one time was really tight with Moneybagg Yo. That was, because Dolph was really cool with Moneybagg, right? And then, the rumor is allegedly Moneybagg Yo backdoored Kenny Money and had a hit put on Kenny Money's blood brother while they were all still friends. And so Kenny Money, they say, know it and has a lot of disdain for Moneybagg Yo, because Moneybagg backdoored him like that and did that to him. Okay. So, I can't remember the story verbatim. I just remember early on, one of the young men that, that gets into my live, probably earlier this year, got into my live and was telling everybody that, about that situation, because he's from out of the Castelia area. You know, he's always dropping gems, right? About what happened with Kenny Money and Moneybag Yo and them. And so, as I said, a lot of these people, the very people that caused all of this friction, they're not in the hoods. Moneybag doesn't live in Memphis. Gotti is somewhere spending all his money on Angela. I guess Juke still be in Memphis, but he probably be in and out of Memphis, right? And whoever else was behind this black youngster, we don't know where he at. And Little Migos, I'm still trying to figure out how they got to him, how they touched him, And you have to wonder, it's other people that is in the CMG camp, because you got Little Boogie, that is CMG, and I'm going somewhere with this, okay? You got Little Boogie, you got who else you got? You got a whole lot of them that are up under the umbrella of CMG, not just Little Migos. You have to wonder, this is something you have to ask yourself. Why is it that they are just at Little Migos? They weren't at him like this before. And it ain't got nothing to do with them thinking that Little Migos is weak. I don't think they think that. I don't believe that. I believe that they in their minds have a valid reason why they are so angry at Little Migos, and I don't think it has anything to do with words. Right? But what I will say to the young brothers is that whatever their anger is, my prayer is that they, if it's valid to them, my prayer is that they allow justice to be served, right? And not go out and take matters into their own hands and things of that nature. That's just, I don't want them doing that. Okay, as a mother, I just don't want that. Okay. But as I was saying before, the streets of Memphis, it's on fire, and there is evident to the people that is in the city and around the outskirts of the city, because we see it. We see it every day on the news. We hear it. We hear about it. And it's sad, because old men, it stands true to what my dad always says. Old men start wars that young men have to go off and fight and die for. That's what happens. It happens in government. You have all George Bush and all them. Look at them. They started that damn war, and they sent all them damn soldiers off to die about some damn oil, and them fighting over oil while they set they drunk asses up in the damn White House, right? And led the Americans to think that it was something else. They got these little dudes went out there prematurely, and as my grandmother used to say, half cocked, and killed young Dolph. Remy. Okay. And shot and killed young Dolph. Okay. And they was listening. It was motivated by money, but it was also motivated, it was instigated by a bunch of old niggas. Older niggas. If you're in your damn 30s and up, you use an old nigga. You know better. It was instigated. And now, Black Youngster then went underground, and Little Migos is his artist. But I don't think that people would just be messing with Little Migos for nothing. I don't believe that. But now these dudes in the hoods are left to, you know, pay because these older men have pulled them into some stuff that never should have happened anyways, because they misguided them. They instigated some stuff because of their jealousy and greed. Okay. So y'all, it's going to get interesting. It is very interesting. Um hey, I want Jizzle and them. I don't know how CEO Jizzle is. I wonder if I could see his age. If I what's CEO? I don't know. I was going to say what's his name. I don't know though. Um, I don't know CEO Jizzle's name or anything like that. Okay. But he looks to be maybe in his late 20s or something like that, mid to late 20s. He do. And I don't want to see the young brother because I have to give it to them. We see them with weapons and things of that nature. However, they got that jewelry, nobody ended up dead. Okay. And so the thing that bothers me about people up under the umbrella of CMG, they feel like they're supposed to kill you. Let's just keep it real. They are into putting hits on people, and from what I hear from law enforcement and all, this is something, there's a pattern of it that they've just been able to put their hands on since Young Dolph situation. It's a damn shame when you are that emotionally sick that you feel like you can put hits on people when you get mad at them. Oh, I'm just gonna put a hit on them. Old niggas. And it seems like it's trying to trickle down because see the way Lil Migo's doing it, he just coming into this because I don't think he's been with Heavy Camp that long. It ain't gonna work out. That's why I say he needs to disassociate himself if he's not involved in this and move on. Because putting bags on folks' heads, because I saw Jizzle say it was a bag on his head. He needs to disassociate himself because ain't nobody gonna get away with nothing. If those people who were not involved in Young Dolph's murder are affiliated with those that know that they did, they're not getting away with it. They don't need that. Don't allow them to pull you into their garbage because they don't have anything to lose. They know their days are numbered. They got to send y'all out. I guess because they want y'all to be sellies. Okay, but you need to let people do their own time, especially when you got kids and stuff out here, right? Okay. But this is going to be interesting. I always say just pray for the city of Memphis because Memphis is in a state of emergency. Pray for these young dudes. These young dudes is hurt about, when they starting to hear more about what happened to Young Dolph, and it all happened for nothing. It was basically for nothing, just power. I did, ha ha ha. You took a damn man from his children. That was evil on so many levels. It was evil. There is nothing human about what they did. So the people that did this, that participated in this and knew that it was going to happen and then try to stop it and egged it on are barbaric too. And God got a special place in hell for them. Because you're definitely going to reap what you sow. But these young dudes are hurt and they're mad. And they was quiet for they was really quiet for a long time now. I can't tell no lies. I don't know if it was these little dudes, but they set Memphis on fire. Memphis was on fire for several days after Young Dolph was killed. If you listen to some of those people in South Memphis, they said they done lost about 14 or 15 people shortly after that, within days. The news media didn't know why all those killings would happen. They couldn't happen, and they couldn't say that. They didn't know that it was affiliated with that type of stuff. And so that's why I say these young dudes are losing their lives because they're affiliated with these old fools that's got money enough to go hide and go back outside of Memphis, and they're left to suffer the retaliation from people that are hurt. And that's what they know. If they go hide, they'll say, well, you got one. They got one of my dudes. It ought to be even, because they don't give a damn about y'all. They want them to get y'all for what they do. Okay? And that's what's so sad about this stuff. It's got to stop, you know. So I was looking at CEO Jizzle say, they got $100,000 on my head. So now they put money on his head too. So because there was a rumor that it was 100 on Dolph. So that sounds about right. Do they think that they're going to be able, because they put up, they had put some money on Growth Hero. So this is what they exert, right? This stuff it's got to stop. Whoever the little dudes are that's affiliated with Pre, they ain't killed nobody. They didn't. So I have to say, whether I agree with what they did or not, they got some kind of regards for human life. Because I'm sure if somebody gave up their stuff, they gave it up because they was motivated to give it up. Voluntarily or involuntarily. They had something that motivated them to give it up. And believe it or not, people want to have stripes so bad. They're sick in the head. When they're sadistic, they'll kill you. Nobody was killed. I'm not saying it was right. I'm just saying, at least, hey, nobody lost their life, right? But I'm not saying that it's right. But nobody lost their life. That's why I don't understand why some of these folks think that they could just put money on top of somebody's head, right? But yeah, Kenny Money said, he's Little Migos can buy his chain back. Hold on. I'm trying to get back to it. Let me see if my computer will. Okay, so CEO Jizzle just put this up on his page. He put the same thing up that Kenny Money put up. And I'm trying to read. Okay.
The streets want them motherfuckers. The streets want them motherfuckers. We want 50. How much?
Rich and Ruthless Records. So CEO Jizzle is RR. And then, okay, so CEO Jizzle is R&R. Hold on.
This CEO Jizzle piece, man. The streets want them motherfuckers. The streets want them motherfuckers. We want 50.
And just think about it now. Big Scar was so that means Scar and Jizzle were both the head of R&R. Scar was he just died, and it's weird to me because, see, you have to think about, these dudes in the streets are not going to talk a whole lot about anything, even if they know something, because they want to take it into their own hands. I feel like the way Big Scar was taken out was very weird. And I know he was on drugs, but it seems like all of this started happening. It kicked back up right after that too. Do they know something that we don't know? And they trying to handle it as well as what happened to Young Dolph, because they said they just gonna take the chains and go take them down there to Dolph to his grave. Okay, that's what they're saying. They're gonna collect them and take them to the grave. So, hey, only thing I can say is pray for Memphis, because I don't want to see any of these young men lose their lives. We need our young men. We do. We need them to carry on our heritage and our legacy. Okay. But anyways, you guys, please like, share, and subscribe. If you would like to donate to the channel, you could definitely donate to the channel via Cash App. Okay. Also, share the video. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe to the video. Okay. I'll talk with you later.